Hello children, today I'm going to read Munch and the Missing Moo. Once upon a time there was a cow called Munch. Although she looked rather like a cow should, there was one thing that was extraordinary about Munch, and that was her moo. Of all the cows in Munchland, Munch had the loudest and brightest moo. In fact, it was so special that while other cows won prizes for their coats or hooves, Munch won rosettes for having the best moo. And it sounded just like this: moo! One day, Munch woke up early and strolled in her favourite field as the sun was coming up. Munch nibbled on some fresh grass and went to let out her prize-winning moo. But all that came out was Munch tried again, but all she heard was nee. Poor Munch felt very sad. "Where's my moo?" she said, trotting towards the barnyard. Munch saw Ollie the wise owl swooping over. "Twit, twoo," he explained. "I know exactly where your moo is. Follow me." Munch and Ollie headed over the hills towards Munchtown. They made a very funny sight as they passed the Munchtown pet shop. The mice squeaked with laughter and cartwheeled in their cages. Eventually, they stopped at a glass building. A sign read, "Cinema." "Will I find my moo here?" asked Munch. "Go inside and see," said Ollie. "This is movies." Munch trotted into a room with red velvet curtains. Just then, a cow with the longest eyelashes she had ever seen appeared on screen. Munch watched the film, but there was no sign of her special moo. In fact, all Munch heard was a row of naughty giggling goats who sat at the front nibbling popcorn boxes. Munch felt sad as she returned to the street. Ollie flew down from a statue. "Twit, twoo indeed! This is most unusual." After scratching his head, Ollie twittered, "I know this way, Munch." Munch followed Ollie past the park until they came to a pink building. "The Munchtown Disco," he said. "Go inside and you will surely find your Munch inside." Munch passed two burly bulls in bow ties towards the sound of loud music into a room with shiny disco balls. Munch saw a fluffy sheep trotting in time with the music, while a circle of hens strutted around him, but there was no sign of Munch's moo. Munch was feeling most upset as she left the disco to find her friend Ollie, who was waiting on a nearby lamppost. "Oh dear, twoo," hooted Ollie. He folded his wings deep in thought. "Where do I go to feel wise?" thought Ollie. Suddenly he saw a stone building. "Of course, the museum!" he exclaimed. "Your moo will surely be there, Munch. Come on." Inside the museum were scary dinosaurs, an aquarium of rainbow-coloured fish, and a section all about space. But one thing was missing, and that was Munch's moo. After walking around all afternoon, the two friends grew tired and decided to head back to the barnyard. "Don't worry, Munch, maybe we'll find it tomorrow," hooted Ollie. It was beginning to get dark. The stars were twinkling and the moon shining. Just then, Ollie thought, "I've got it," he said. "The moon! Your moo is on the moon!" The two friends hurried back to the museum, which was closing for the day. They ran towards the space exhibition, where some scientists were testing a rocket that night. Munch and Ollie climbed inside quickly. 3, 2, 1, blast off! The rocket flew up through the glittering night sky until Munch and Ollie saw a ball of cheese. "True, it's the moon," cooed Ollie. "This is definitely the place," he hooted happily. Munch trotted onto the bumpy moon, but all she heard was, "Twilly! Twilly!" Munch was surprised to see green aliens hopping towards her, licking their orange lips. It just so happened that it was tea time on the moon, and the aliens' favourite food were cows. Molly, I don't think it's here," cried Munch as she quickly jumped into the rocket. "Most absurd," said Ollie. "Movies, music, museum, and the moon, but no trace of the missing moo anywhere." Munch sat quietly as the rocket descended, feeling sad, tired and hungry. She just wanted to get back to her field for supper. Finally, the two friends approached the barnyard. It was a beautiful night and the crickets were chirping. Munch nibbled the dewy grass and settled down in a patch of poppies. "Home, sweet home," she sighed. And do you know what happened then? Munch was feeling so happy that she let out her best ever moo! "Hooray! I've got my moo back!" she smiled, and somewhere high in the night sky a cow jumped over the moon. The end.